90-Day Fiancés Sarper and Shekinah leave home for shocking new adventure after divorce news. Sarper Güven and Shekinah Garner from 90-Day Fiancé left their home in Los Angeles to embark on a new trip across the United States. The couple was recently featured in 90-Day Fiancé Season 11, where they faced several challenges on the road to marriage. Just a month after their unconventional wedding ceremony, their relationship began to deteriorate. During the 90-Day Fiancé Season 11 tell-all, Sarper and Shekinah admitted that they were no longer getting along, with Sarper confessing that he didn't enjoy being married. They had multiple heated arguments on and off camera, leading many fans to believe they might end up divorced. Despite the challenges, Sarper and Shekinah have managed to keep their relationship strong and recently revealed that they are happy together, dismissing any speculation of a possible divorce. Shekinah and Sarper have started to enjoy their marriage and recently embarked on a new travel adventure. Shekinah shared some beautiful pictures with Sarper from their escapade. In the caption, she expressed, "Love exploring the US with you." When an Instagram user, @itsbeckyboop, asked, "Where are you guys?" Shekinah excitedly responded, "Utah." Although Sarper enjoyed the trip, which involved fishing, he mentioned, "Sarper and wild was fun, but I think I'm more a city guy." What Shekinah and Sarper's Utah adventure means for relationship. Shekinah and Sarper want to create beautiful new memories. Shekinah and Sarper have always had a troubled relationship. Although they appear to love each other, they have distinctly different personalities. Sarper is perceived as a controlling partner, while Shekinah appears self-centered and sometimes struggles to understand Sarper's needs, including the sacrifice he made by leaving his family in Turkey to move to the United States. They were unable to have any meaningful discussions during the tell-all due to their tendency to argue. Shekinah even suggested that only therapy could improve their relationship. However, things seem to have improved for them since then. Shekinah and Sarper have rekindled their bond and seem excited about their future together. This getaway to Utah shows that they are committed to reconnecting with each other after experiencing rocky moments in 90-Day Fiancé Season 11. They are ready to move past the drama and escape the everyday stress in Los Angeles by seeking solace in nature in Utah. This vacation may represent a fresh start for the couple, as they create new memories and leave their past drama behind. Our take on Shekinah and Sarper bonding after relationship troubles. Shekinah and Sarper seem determined to salvage their relationship. Viewers witnessed Shekinah and Sarper constantly arguing during the 90-Day Fiancé Season 11 tell-all, sparking rumors that they might decide to break up. However, the couple's recent trip to Utah has made it clear that they aren't giving up on each other and are committed to working on their relationship. Shekinah and Sarper want to show that their love will endure despite the odds, and they don't want to be seen as a doomed couple. By traveling together, the 90-Day Fiancé couple hopes to resolve their conflicts and show how happy they can be as a couple. 90-Day Fiancé isn't Shekinah Garner's first reality show. Before she met her new husband Sarper, Shekinah tried to find love on Bravo's Millionaire Matchmaker. Fans of 90-Day Fiancé know Shekinah Garner from her appearances on the popular TLC reality franchise. But 90 Day isn't actually the makeup artist's first brush with reality TV fame. Before she decided to let cameras document the ups and downs of her relationship, Sarper Güven, whom she wed in the June 15th episode, Shekinah tried to find love on a different reality dating series. Shekinah was on The Millionaire Matchmaker. More than a decade before Shekinah made her TLC debut on 90 Day Fiancé, the other way in 2023, she appeared on Jerry Springer's dating game show Baggage, where contestants had to reveal embarrassing facts about themselves as they competed to win a date. Shekinah opened up about spending $400 per week on Botox and chemical peels. A year after that 2012 TV appearance, Shekinah popped up on Bravo's The Millionaire Matchmaker. In the Season 6 episode, which aired in 2013, she turned to expert matchmaker Patty Stanger for help finding love. Stanger set the single mom up with Garner, the former guitarist for the band Matchbox 20. Garner ended up picking her as his final date in the episode. However, Shekinah's budding romance with the musician quickly fizzled out after filming. But she did make a more lasting connection from her experience on the show. She ended up connecting with Rick Silver, who Stanger set up with Olympic speed skater Allison Baver. They didn't click, but Shekina and Rick started talking. Eventually, they began dating and were together for several years. Matt and Imani from 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 were on a Netflix show. Shekina isn't the only member of the 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 cast who's been on TV before. Matt and Imani, who are two-thirds of this season's controversial throuple, opened about their marriage and their finances on Netflix's How to Get Rich with Ramit Sethi. Nor is she the only 90-day personality who has turned to Stanger for relationship help. Darcy Silva was briefly seen in a 2017 episode of Stanger's WeTV series The $1 Million Matchmaker. Prior reality show and TV appearances aren't unusual for 90 Day cast members. Molly Hopkins had her own Lifetime show, Double Divas, before moving to TLC. Patrick Cornett was on American Ninja Warrior, Angela Deem was a guest on Maury, and Jeffrey Paschal, who eventually went to prison for beating and kidnapping his fiancée, acted in reenactments for various true crime series, including Snapped, according to Starcasm. Sometimes, an appearance on 90 Day leads to other TV opportunities. Josh Weinstein's ex Candice Mishler was seen in some episodes before signing on to Naked and Afraid, Castaways. Why did Sarper move out weeks after marrying Shekina on 90 Day Fiancé? Details explored. 90 Day Fiancé couple Shekina Garner and Sarper Güven are having some trouble in paradise. The two tied the knot on the reality television series 90th Wedding in a bedding ceremony, where Shekinah and Sarper said their vows to each other on a bed. The wedding happened on November 11, 2024. However, Sarper claimed that he was kicked out of Shekinah's house in less than a month after the wedding. According to Sarper, he was kicked out of the house and had to live in a rental for 10 days. He said that there was no major reason that caused him to leave the house, but there was a series of small arguments that turned ugly. In his words, "I need to be more calm, but I cannot. It's not my character." During the 90 Day Fiancé's Season 11 tell-all, there was more drama and behind-the-scenes revelation. There was revelation about the off-screen explosions that occurred in Shekinah and Sarper's marriage. Keep reading to learn everything that happened between the couple during the tell-all. Shekinah and Sarper get candid during 90 Day Fiancé's Season 11 tell-all. During the Season 11 tell-all, which was aired on June 22, 2025, Sean Robinson, the host, revealed that Shekinah had sent the producers a video clip of her husband's wedding ring, which he left on the table after one of their fights. In the video, Garner can be heard saying, "It's Christmas morning. Sarper's usually sitting here in the morning, but he's gone. And he left his ring. Merry Christmas to us." Shekinah then showed the ring and an AirTag, which she gave her husband. Furthermore, Shekinah revealed that Sarper would often mention going back to his country, Turkey, every time they fought. He would also say that he would go back and have S*X with everyone else in the country. Because of this, Shekinah feels that her husband does not truly love her. Her friend, Dan, also mentioned that someone who loves her would not do something like this. In Garner's words, "I feel like he doesn't truly love me if he can so easily get up and leave." In a confessional, both parties seem to be unhappy with the marriage. "We're not good. I feel like everything changed once we got married and this is just my biggest fear coming to life," Shekinah revealed. While her husband called the marriage a roller coaster. He confessed, "I am always the control freak, so I have to control things and when I don't control things I feel depressed. I don't like the marriage." Güven continued to elaborate. "It brought a lot of new responsibilities and duties to my life. Being dependent is the biggest nightmare of mine, and we have egos. When we start to fight on something, it starts from a small thing. Like an avalanche, it gets bigger and bigger. And then, it explodes." As for his wife, she revealed that things changed drastically after Güven came to the US. It made her feel like he became depressed after the move, and he became resentful, too. He's not a supportive partner, period. So I just started feeling really upset. I'm not okay. I'm having a moment. I feel alone, she confessed. After their segment at the tell-all, the couple continued their argument backstage. While they were in the dressing room, Garner said, "You're mad at me for having emotions? You need so much therapy, it's insane." To this, he responded by saying, "You will lose me just because of you, and you will regret like a dog." The comment hurt Garner, who was sobbing. She said, "You called me a dog? What's wrong with you? It's so toxic, I'm sick of it." She then proceeded to tell her husband to leave me the F alone. 90-Day Fiancé's Sarper achieves major career milestone in America amid confusing Shekinah. Update. Sarper Güven from 90-Day Fiancé is making big moves in his career in the US, even if he has given a confusing update about his relationship with Shekinah Garner. Sarper was a personal trainer back in Turkey where he met Shekinah. However, she didn't approve of Sarper having women clients. Sarper worked as an exotic dancer before. It's how Sarper managed to sleep with almost 3,000 women before dating Shekinah. However, once Sarper came to America, he decided he wanted to make people laugh as his job. Shekinah hinted at a split with Sarper on social media by calling him out for not taking responsibility and hinting at a rough relationship patch. But then they shared a kissing picture together. Amid playing tricks on fans' minds, Sarper is busy building a career in stand-up. 90-Day Fiancé _Alexa shared a screenshot of a Reddit post announcing a major milestone in Sarper's life since he came to the US. The post said, Sarper will be performing at the Comedy Store in LA. The show, called Comedy Chaos, is scheduled for June 3, 2025. Sarper will be joining a star-studded lineup featuring Sam Tripoli, Amir K., Whitney Cummings, Josh Wolf, Ryan Sickler, Lucas Hurl, etc. Tickets for the event are out in case any 90-Day Fiancé viewers want to watch Sarper live in action. What Sarper's interest in stand-up comedy means for his future in America. Sarper wins over fans with humor and fitness in Los Angeles. Sarper has brought plenty of laughs to 90-Day Fiancé, often being unintentionally funny, even if his initial appearance in the US fell flat. Rough around the edges, Sarper could really shine if he focused on his natural humor instead of taking digs at Shekinah's exes. He's been in America for some time now and has been spotted wearing a wedding ring, suggesting he may be settling in and possibly earning income. Sarper has also been running fitness boot camps in Los Angeles, where he mixes workouts with fun and laughter, showing fans a lighter, more relatable side. Shekinah recently hinted that she might not return to future 90-Day Fiancé shows due to ongoing issues with Sarper. However, the couple appears to have reconciled since then. Still, if reality TV doesn't pan out for Sarper, stand-up comedy could be a promising path. Being on stage allows him to fully embrace his bold personality and be himself, something he clearly takes pride in. While fans enjoy his unfiltered humor, Sarper's red flags continue to surface, including his controversial suggestion to include a weight clause in a prenup with Shekinah, which sparked backlash online. Our take on how Sarper could be the next big thing in comedy. From gym trainer to entertainer, Sarper's new path and Shekinah's role. While Shekinah didn't initially seem to believe in Sarper's interest in performing on stage, she has supported his ambitions. She's made sacrifices for him that haven't gone unnoticed by fans, even though Sarper once claimed he lost 90% of his income because Shekinah drove away his female clients at the gym. However, Shekinah doesn't appear to mind his boot camps, which are still largely attended by women. This has led some viewers to believe Sarper may have exaggerated for sympathy or to paint Shekinah as the villain, while he builds a new career outside of 90-Day Fiancé. 90-Day Fiancé. Out of 90 weddings, these 5 wedding day twists were pure chaos, and I loved it. Over the course of the last decade, 90-Day Fiancé has showcased more than 90 weddings, with some of those special wedding day moments forever etched in my memory. Recently, Sarper Güven and Shekinah Garner reached a major milestone by exchanging views, marking the 90th wedding to be featured on the show. Due to their disagreements over a prenuptial agreement, I was convinced they would split up, but to my surprise, they defied the odds and tied the knot. Fast forward to June 2025, Sarper and Shekinah are happily married, with a bright future ahead of them. Just as Sarper and Shekinah have a strong relationship, I have also seen 90 Day Fiancé feature other successful marriages that have lasted. One example is David Toborowski and Annie Suwin, who got married in November 2017 and are still going strong. They recently had their first child, Minthyra, and have managed to make things work despite their massive age gap. Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh also surprised many 90 Day Fiancé viewers, including me, by getting married despite facing many challenges. They were able to overcome a 30-year age difference and major cultural differences to make their relationship work. Armando Rubio's dad actually attended his wedding with Kenny Niedermeyer. Armando's father came through for him. I've watched 90 weddings featured on 90 Day Fiancé, and a few wedding day moments still stand out to me. One of those moments was Armando Rubio and Kenny Niedermeyer's wedding, which had the sweetest plot twist. Natalie Mordov-Siva and Mike Youngquist's relationship, they had my attention with their pre-wedding drama. They didn't get married in 90 Day Fiancé Season 7, so I was curious to see if they would have a different outcome in Season 8. It seemed at one point that they might successfully overcome their problems and get married. However, the unexpected turn of events happened when Mike canceled the wedding just hours before the ceremony. Natalie was on the verge of leaving the US when she reconciled with him, ultimately marrying him in the season finale. When Angela Deem asked, "Obey who?" Angela hesitated to recite her marriage vows. I thoroughly enjoyed watching Angela and Michael's journey during the early seasons. Their entertaining arguments never failed to bring a chuckle, making me eagerly anticipate their wedding day. Angela's boisterous personality perfectly complemented Michael's more laid-back demeanor, with her dominant role in the relationship always standing out and providing endless laughs for viewers like me. One moment that particularly stood out is when Angela humorously questioned the idea of obeying her husband during her wedding vows, leaving the pastor and the audience in stitches. When the pastor asked Angela to repeat the lines to love, honor, and obey, she nonchalantly responded, "Obey what? Obey who?" This moment remains one of the most memorable and amusing in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise's history. Annalie Vallejos was almost a runaway bride. Annalie was hesitant about marrying Clayton. While I have seen many fictional shows featuring runaway brides, Annalie Vallejos' wedding in 90 Day Fiancé was probably the first time I witnessed someone almost doing it in real life. Numerous issues, including a language barrier and cultural differences, marred Annalie's relationship with Clayton Clark. Despite that, Annalie agreed to marry Clayton, hoping things would improve. To my surprise, just before the wedding, Annalie experienced a last-minute existential crisis. She disappeared hours before the ceremony, questioning if marrying Clayton was the right decision, especially since she was feeling homesick and her father didn't approve of the marriage. Shekinah, Garner and Sarper Güven's bedding. Shekinah's plans for a bedding ceremony almost flopped. The 90th wedding on 90 Day Fiancé was full of drama. Shekinah and Sarper decided to get married after overcoming issues, including Sarper's controversial past with over 2,500 women. It was heartwarming to see them fulfill their dream of turning their romance into a serious commitment. However, they shocked not only me but also other viewers when they decided to have a bedding instead of a traditional wedding. Unfortunately, Shekinah's perfect vision for their bedding ceremony was shattered when the hotel room she had booked fell short of expectations. She said, "I just don't like it." Thankfully, the decorations and floral arrangements brought Shekinah's dream to life, and she joyfully exchanged vows with Sarper in 90 Day Fiancé Season 11. 90 Day Fiancé Season 11, who is Sarper Güven's ex-wife? Shekinah Garner is not his first wife. Sarper Güven from 90 Day Fiancé has a secret first wife whom he has never spoken about on the show. Sarper is a model and actor from Turkey who was working as a personal trainer when he met Shekinah Garner on a dating app. Shekinah was impressed by Sarper's ability to wear makeup on their first date, and thus began a torrid 90-day fiancé relationship which involved her moving to Turkey from Los Angeles. Sarper was a bad boy before he met Shekinah and had slept with over 2,500 women. Sarper took time to shed his controlling tendencies and toxic habits, but Shekinah ultimately helped him change. Although marriage was never part of their original plan, Sarper eventually proposed. Sarper later moved to the U.S. on a K-1 visa, but the transition left him feeling lonely and uncertain about his choice. Sarper admitted to being depressed and felt that Shekinah was unsupportive during his emotional struggle. However, what truly disappointed him was her request for a prenup. To Sarper, it signaled a lack of trust, casting doubt over their future just as they were about to start a new chapter. Sarper was married at 31 years old. What Sarper's past relationships reveal about his present. 90-day fiancés Shekinah and Sarper were confronted by one of Sarper's former partners, an ex named Didi, during the Other Way Tell-All. However, Shekinah revealed there was more to Sarper and Didi's past than what was shown. Sarper had reached out to Didi for her to do therapy for Sarper.